What's up, YouTubers? This is MediaShinobi. We got Chris Clark, SSJ Gojira, and reviewing Spartacus. That's Spartacus.
Spartacus War of the Dam Episode 2.
There you go. That's what it was called.
Terrible.
The fuck?
That's funny. That's Vince laughing at his tiny penis.
Alright, so the episode starts off with, Spartacus and Gannicus and Crixus actually going to a city which they learned from someone that can, house their whole army. But the problem is the city's pretty well guarded. Like there's like a big wall, there's like only 2 entrances, like one in the back where there's hills and you can't even get through that during the winter, which is coming, and one main entrance where there's like a big gate. So they decide to sneak in and talk to a friend of Gannicus who's a Roman, surprisingly. But he's like a guy who, if you give him enough money, he'll pretty much do almost anything for you. So that's pretty cool. And they just ask him to make a couple swords, like 2 swords for Spartacus and Gannicus. Once they infiltrate, and you can also tell in this episode the fact that Romans are pretty scared of Spartacus. Like they've actually started doing curfews now. Security's like mega tight. It's kind of crazy how much people are scared of this guy and what might happen. Alright, so by nighttime, Gannicus and Spartacus devise a plan where their friend, Gannicus' friend, who actually led some Romans into the storeroom, because he said, oh yeah, the Spartacus here. So as like a bunch of Roman men go inside the storeroom, he locks them up, and Spartacus and Gannicus charge and kill off any remaining ones so they can open the gate, because now their army is like right outside. And as they open the gate, and the entire army just rushes in, just murders all the Romans. And at one point Spartacus kind of feels bad because he sees, actually, for I think one of the few times where civilians get caught up in the slaughter, and he sees like a mom and a daughter he met earlier for a little bit dead on the ground. And he felt like, and it was sad because it was just like Roman civilians. They didn't really do anything. So, and he also sees his men capture some Romans and they're about to execute him, but then he said, no way, we'll use him for ransom for a little bit. And because at one part of the city there's a guy who actually blocked it off, but then Spartacus has his wife, so he tells the wife, hey, listen to me and we won't kill these guys. So the wife tries to persuade the husband to open the gate, and while she's doing that, Crixus and Gannicus comes out of nowhere from behind, kills them, and then Spartacus kills the husband with a spear through the mouth. That's pretty brutal, damn. And yeah, they're pretty much set. They have a whole city now. It's pretty fortified, has lots of supplies. But Spartacus still feels bad the fact that so many civilian Romans, despite the fact they are Romans, got murdered. You just see them get slaughtered. At one point, the Spartacus's whole army looked more like the bad guy side, which is kind of messed up. And while all this is happening, Marcus Crassus actually enlists Julius Caesar. We finally see Julius Caesar, a young one at least. And he enlists him because he said he's heard of Julius Caesar's skill. He knows Julius Caesar is a pretty badass. He knows how to fight. He knows how to command. And he said, okay, you know what? I'm gonna help. I'll pay off any of your debts, because apparently Caesar has a crap load of debts. And during this time period, having a debt is pretty much guaranteed for you to get shanked in the middle of the night or something. So yeah, Caesar agrees, and now he's part of his army. And I can tell right now there's going to be a power struggle between, Crassus' son, Tiberius, and Caesar, and trying to, favor which one favors or Crassus would favor more. And Crassus is trying to do the right thing. He wants to please both sides. It's his son, so, that's his thing. Oh yeah, and also we find out Crassus is actually having an affair with their slave, who's his son actually looks up to as a mother figure than his own mother, because she's a nice slave. And yeah, they were practically, they didn't show it, but I'm pretty sure they banged. Yeah, off screen. But yeah, it's kind of, I didn't expect that. I didn't expect Crassus to have an affair right behind his wife's back. wrong with you?
No, when you were saying they were banging, his loading screen said Unity. I was like, Unity!
So the episode ends with Crassus' army finally moving out and going towards Spartacus, but first, he sends his son Tiberius to, scout them out first, like see where they at before, engaging it. But we could see Crassus' army and they're like massive. They're huge. And that's pretty much where the episode ends. Next episode apparently is going to deal with some pirates, who are actually are another problem Rome is dealing with. And Spartacus has to deal with these pirates, so I can't wait to see how that happens. And hopefully we see more Caesar, because I kind of like the character of Caesar. So that's all I gotta say. This is MediaShinobi signing out. Peace.